All right, this is going to be kind of an unscripted video, but uh, I just wanted to share some things with you. Over the past couple of months, I've been doing some purging. I've probably purged nearly 500 albums out of my collection of mainly doubles, stuff that I never listened to. Uh, I've also sold some other musical equipment and stuff, so I had a little bit of cash flow. So thought I'd treat myself to making a few trips to some record stores and ordering a few things online. And so I was kind of like, apparently I must have been in a psychedelic mood or something, because a lot of this is like psychedelic stuff, which is okay. I've also got a little bit of prog, maybe some classic rock in there, but I'll get started. I got a pretty good stack of stuff here. And like I said, most of this was from extra cash I got from selling, swapping, trading. So, first of all, did some online purchases. Hey, Dots and Loops, if you're watching, Dan, finally got a copy of this. This is Power of Zeus, the Gospel According to Zeus. This is a nice reissue, great album. I could do a whole video on just the BS I went through just to get this one copy. This is actually like the fourth copy that I ordered. Oh, it was a nightmare. And I got this. I ordered this through Amazon. This is Sagittarius, present tense. This is Gary Usher and Kurt Boettcher, or Kurt Boettcher. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. But this is a cool record. Also, it's got like Glenn Campbell, a lot of the Wrecking Crew musicians on there. Really a great pop, kind of a pop psych, so to speak. But hey, order this through Amazon, and I do have a little bit of a beef with Amazon. See this? This little flimsy package. This was the way this was mailed to me from Amazon. In this package, just like this. Not a box, not a box inside a box, or no, not even cardboard or anything in there to strengthen it. In a freaking bag. There's a little bit. Luckily the album is okay. There's a little bit of a seam split from where the record was bounced around, but anyway, I could have returned it, but I thought, man, it plays okay. I'll just keep it. But hey, all right. That was my mail orders, just two. Okay. All right. I went to a place in Roanoke, Virginia called the Vintage Vault, and I hadn't been there for, good gosh, probably 2 years, I guess. It's been 2 years since I've been down there, and I walked into the shop and I started leafing through stuff and started finding a few items. And I guess the manager, whatever, came over there and he saw that I was pulling out psychedelic stuff. So he said, "Hey, you like psychedelic records?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man," "last week there was a guy come in here and he had a stack of nothing but psychedelic records, and he brought them in to swap or trade or sell." So I've got a bunch of them stuck out here in inventory, and check the recent arrivals. Heck yeah, So anyway, this is the stuff I got from Vintage Vault in Roanoke. I got these two Fever Tree albums. This is Another Time, Another Place, and Creation. Great. I've got the first Fever Tree album. So this is makes a nice little trilogy of records. And check this out. This is a reissue. It's not an original, but still got a really good price on this. This is The Other Half. It's got Randy Holden, I believe, was the guitar player on here. Look at that cover. Great kind of late 60s hard rock with a little bit of psychedelia. Freebird. Not Freebird. Oh my God. Freebird. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. Rare Bird. I told you this was impromptu. Can't believe it. Freebird. Anyway, Rare Bird. This is much better than Freebird anyway. Man, I've been looking for a copy of this album forever and ever. This is Rare Bird. Nice kind of late 60s rock on the ABC Probe. Great record. Tickle. Now, a really good price on that one. Oh, this is neat here too. The Paupers. Look at this. Still got the sticker on there. Still got the shrink wrap. This opens, but it's still got the shrink. It's never been freaking opened. So this is an OG. It's on the Verve Forecast label. Great album. I couldn't pass this one up. They've got another album out that I'm probably end up trying to find eventually. The Paupers. There they are. I know, I could take all of the plastic off. All right, the American Revolution. How about that, man? I got this one mainly for the cover. Look at that psychedelic cover. The American Revolution. And this is, I love the label. It's on the flick disc. Look at that label, man. Even the label's psychedelic on this one. This is probably closer to garage rock, but man, I'm just glad I got it. Glad I got it. And this one is a reissue. West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band. This is their, I think it's their, it says part 1, but I believe this is maybe their second album. I don't know the full history, but man, I was tickled to find a copy of this. I've been wanting to get some West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band on vinyl. So, yeah, even though it is a reissue, it's a cool listen. Now, this is an OG, Mandrake Memorial. This is a pretty darn psychedelic album here. Really dig this one. Mandrake Memorial. And this one's not necessarily a psychedelic album, but I've been wanting a copy of Beach Boys Today. They had this one down there at the Vintage Vault. I just could not pass it up. I've been wanting a copy of this one for a while, and it's a real good OG mono. I think from 1965 maybe. Love this album. And Paul Kantner, Planet Earth Rock and Roll Orchestra. This has got the usual, let me see, Paul Kantner, Grace Slick, Jack Cassidy, Ronnie Montrose. Yeah, it's got a lot of Pete Sears, David Freeberg. Great album. Soft with Camel, their first album. I've got this. Their album is called The Miraculous Hump Returns from the Moon, which I dearly love. And this album is every bit as good as that one. It's contains the hit Hello, Hello. Yes. And I had been talking to my friend Rick Strange, Psychedelic HQ, and he was talking about Spanky. We were talking about Spanky in our gang. He said if I ever see a copy of Spanky's Greatest Hits, that this would be a good one to get. So, Rick, if you're watching, man, I picked this up on your recommendation. Love it. Love it. All right. Next, these come from Cheap Thrills Records in Princeton, West Virginia. I went in there, like I said, had a little bit of money from my sales and swapping and stuff, and I took a bunch of records down there to trade. So this is kind of what I found in there. T-Rex Unicorn on Blue Thumb. Let's see the Blue Thumb. Kind of folky, folk psych. And this one is A Beard of Stars by Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is a little rockier than Unicorn and it's still pretty psychedelic. And I really enjoy this album a lot. Plus, then I found this one, the Slider T-Rex. Classic early 70s glam rock. Alright, now there's some new reissues that he had in there that I picked up. This is Love Forever Changes. This is a mono reissue. Tickled to find that down there. And I swapped in my old scratchy copy of The Doors' Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. And then got this recent, I believe it's a Rhino reissue, which is excellent. I love this compilation of Doors stuff. I got the latest reissue of, this is more of a prog album here, General Giant, Three Friends. And let me see, a couple of some classic stuff here. I got the Best of the Grateful Dead 2 LP set. Cover's got a little wear on it. Little tear here and there, but the vinyl's VG Plus. And then, I've been wanting a copy of this one forever too. This is the U.S. press of The Who Sing My Generation. This was the first Who album in the U.S. And it's on Decca Records. And it's a stereo copy. So, tickled for that too. All right, and then my son and I one day took a trip down to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we hit a couple of shops down in Charlotte, or in the area. First we went to Matthews and stopped by Noble Records, and I took a box of records down there to trade, and he gave me a very good trade-in for those records, and this is what I picked up from Noble Records. Finally got a copy of Messages from the Status Quo. And this has actually got the record in it this time. If you've seen one of my past videos from a year or so ago, actually probably longer than that, I found just the cover, just the front cover of the record. No back cover, but man, he had a nice copy of this down there I had to pick up. Lee Stevens. Lee Stevens was the original guitar player for Blue Cheer, and this was his solo album, or one of his solo albums, called Red Weather. This album is so unusual. I really love it. It's kind of like he had his own sound happening here. Great guitar player, great work, and it's a very psychedelic cover too. And speaking of psychedelic covers, dig this. Remember the Fool? This is the 5,000 Spirits or the Layers of the Onion by by the Incredible String Band. And I believe this album came out in 1967, maybe 1968. Dig that cover, artwork by The Fool. The Fool are the ones that infamously painted the Apple Boutique in London in like 1967. They painted Eric Clapton's Psychedelic SG guitar. They did some other work for other artists, and they even had their own album. But this is I think it's the second album by the Incredible String Band. Look at that cover. This is an awesome psychedelic cover. But oh man, I love Incredible String Band. This is one I just kind of got on a whim. This is the Critters, Younger Girl. It's kind of garage sounding. It's a good listen. The Critters. Let me see, this is on Cap. The doomed, infamous Cap label. And plus, this is, believe it or not, this is a white label promo on Cap. So, this was a treasure. The Critters. Next is kind of a early 70s rock, maybe a little bit of progressive and maybe a slight tinge of psychedelia, but I love this. This is Antithesis by Gypsy. I've got another Gypsy album. Gosh, I forget the name of it. But yeah, Gypsy. Flash by the Moving Sidewalks. This is Billy Gibbons' first band. I think it's his first band anyway. This is a reissue on the A Karma label. A Karma. And this album's pretty good. Kind of bluesy late 60s rock with tinged with some psychedelia. Yeah. All right. Where Your Love Like Heaven, Donovan. What can you say about Donovan? You know, still looking for a copy of Sunshine Superman, but this was pretty cool. There's a real good price on it too. So, all right, and let's see. Got a copy of. I've been needing a copy of this. Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. I've got, I think, almost everything by Jefferson Airplane on vinyl. I did not have a good copy of this. So this is a early mono press of Takes Off. Stoked to find this one. The Human Beings with the Mammals. Nobody But Me. Look at that cover. This is more of a, I wouldn't call this psych at all. It's got really a kind of a psych cover, but this is more of a garage rock, maybe a little bit of garage pop. But cool record. See what else did I get here? Oh yeah, the Tommy James and the Shondells, Cellophane Symphony, and I've been wanting a copy of this one. I've got a bunch of Tommy James and the Shondells, some of their older stuff, you know. I think We're Alone Now, Moni Moni, and they had a little bit of psychedelia with some of their songs, Crimson and Clover. But this is pretty much their psychedelic album. It's just full of psychedelia and some good tunes too. One of the highlights on here is Sweet Cherry Wine, man, and Love of a Woman, and of course the Cellophane Symphony is a 9-minute instrumental on here, which is just out there. See what else I got. Oh yeah, I got these two Jade Warrior albums. This is part of a set that Jade Warrior put out back in the middle 70s. Um, kind of prog, a little ambient, still typical Jade Warrior. Uh, this was Floating World and Kites. Tickled to find these. I hardly ever find copies of these anywhere, and these are in both in excellent shape. And finally, I went up to Dylan down there, and I said, "Hey, Dylan, do you happen to have any more copies of that Randy Holden album?" He kind of looked at me and he said, "Yeah." I said, "I got one copy left." He might have one copy left in the store, but anyway, it's one that's got the autograph on it, and it's numbered. Man, this is some blistering early 70s hard rock. My gosh, Randy shreds on this, man. This is really a great album. Tickled to find this. Glad he had it. I've been wanting a copy of this, but you can never find it. It's always sold out everywhere I've ever looked. Finally, after we left Noble Records, we went up to Lunchbox Records, and was looking around, and I guess I found Lucifer. So I got these two records here. This is a reissue of Black Mass by Lucifer, which is actually Mort Garson. This is an electronic album. Actually, very good electronic album. Very kind of, music is really gothic, spacey, beautiful. And then, of course, The Electric Lucifer by Bruce Hack. This is not an original. This is a reissue from a few years back. I've only seen one original copy of this, and that was probably 20 years ago, and they wanted $20 for it 20 years ago. And I think originals of this probably quite pricey, but I got both of these at a decent price. So and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you some of these psychedelic prog and classic rock finds that I've gotten over the past month or so, mainly just through trading, selling, getting the money from selling a bunch of stuff. And plus, like I said, I managed to purge about 500 albums. Most of them was from my basement collection. I actually took a stack the other day of probably 75 albums to Goodwill because I couldn't sell them. And there was some good stuff in there, but I figured somebody will find them at Goodwill. And they're out of my way. Believe it or not, it gave me room to breathe in my basement. So anyway, that's pretty much it, folks. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's almost 24 minutes here. It's 23 minutes and something, so that's long enough. Catch you next time.